I started the piano when I was around 5 with my grandfather. Every weekend I went to his place and he had this organ. I was fascinated when I heard him. He was kind of playing around old song, but also he liked to play his own compositions, which was very interesting at this time. When I was in his place during the weekend, we listened together some music. Then I played on his knees some melodies, and it's the way I start to enjoy the music, I guess. Every weekend he came to listen to me. Then he recorded on tapes pieces I could play from 6 to 16 years old. I kept these tapes with me. Then sometimes I listen to these records and they remind me the time I spent with him around the piano. When I was 10, I played on the stage, and on this stage I remember very well I was playing Mozart sonata. Then I really decided that the piano will be my life. After 6 years of conservatorium in Lyon and Paris, after classical music, music chamber, I decided to go a bit more in jazz, more in arrangements. I started playing on the stage with musicians. I was really enjoyed it. I decided to travel. So I went to Australia. It was a really different vibe there. Also, I was more free and it was really different type of music I played. I was practicing in a church in the front of my place. And I started to make improvisations, and a few days after, I was playing in opera house and someone came to me and said, "Can you play compositions for me?" I said, "Yeah, of course, I have 2 compositions which I just composed, Black Flowers and Vertigo." And he said, "Okay, so in 2 months, if you want, we go into Melbourne together and we record your first album, and this is the way I start to be composer." When I compose, I'm sitting on a piano most of the time. Sometimes I have a melody in my mind, but usually it's really very spontaneous when I sit down on the piano. I have a paper to remember what I want to keep. Sometimes I write, and of course I don't keep everything. And then it's like a puzzle. I put these little melodies with harmony, could work with something else. It could be a day after, or 1 hour after, or a minute after. They become a pieces in this way. After Australia, I came back in France and I made 2 more albums, Grain de Sable and In My Forest. Then I had a chance to play at the Festival d'Avignon, and now here we are with Eyes Closed. This album, it's in the continuity of In My Forest. In My Forest was about the environment around us and our influence we have on it, whereas Eyes Closed is more about what we feel inside, our own introspection. When I started to compose this album, I knew I was pregnant. I could see the harmony was different, the melody was more calm, more open and more virtuoso. It took me to a new path of creation. Momentum was really the déclic to compose all the songs after that. Momentum is about the creative impulse. Comme une mer is a song I composed on a poem from Charles Baudelaire. He compared the sea with the music, which I find it really deep. I sang this poetry and now I made a piano solo version of it. Then I went to travel in Africa, then I finished the album in Africa. I'm already working on some new songs. There is more coming, I have more music in me. But for now, let's enjoy the moment.